yeah, the bowling connection. I that's one thing I love bowling. And did you know Neil Bennett bowled a 300? A perfect game?
Yeah, he's yeah, he's pretty much almost professional, or
Yeah,
was.
he that was something I learned. This is like to show how much of a nerd I am. But during the video of you guys, the what's it called, the Writer Summit video, there was like
Yep.
a clip of someone's like keyboard, or no, it was a just a piece of paper that like panned by really quick, and I paused it and like zoomed in, and it was the icebreaker questions that you guys had for each other, and one of the ones was like,
Yeah.
I bowled a 300, and I became like obsessed with finding out who it was, and then yeah, so just super stoked to find out that it was Neil Bennett, and then I also, so there's a bunch of one-wheelers that are really good at bowling. Do you know Kyle the Humbly Savage, the dude who did the
Yeah.
nosedive
Yes.
at 35 miles an hour or whatever? So he
Yes.
bowled, he's bowled 4 or 5 perfect games, which is just insane to me. It's such a feat to do even one, and even to bowl over like a
Yeah.
200, or is just a crazy thing. You have to be so good. And I think there's definitely a connection between, yeah, there's definitely like a spiritual and a bowling connection with one wheel, at least.
Maybe so. Maybe scientists need to gather some facts and data on
Are
this.
you good at bowling?
No,
I was gonna say,
it
you're
just
not
sounds
good
good.
at.
Like, can I get it down the lane? Yes. Do I score a 300? No.
I
I'm
feel
like
like
your
things like
6-year
that.
average bowler
Right.
that gets like 200.
I feel like when you have that many kids too, you can't just like get good at bowling, or else it's got to be so expensive. Like that is okay. That is one
Uh,
thing. Another thing I'm curious about. I'm not saying, oh, you guys have so much money, but how, like, what are you guys doing like for breakfast? Are you guys like, how expensive? Do you guys have like chickens? You got your own eggs, or like how are you? You just giving everyone? What's your pantry look like? Like who's making it? Do you have a huge griddle and you're the chef? Or
no. No, I mean that's a tough one to answer because like it's the herd mentality. Yeah, just go watch Keeper by the Dozen, and when there's a scene where they all eat, there's your good take on what it's like
that's what
around
it's
here.
like.
It is
Awesome. I know that scene.
it's controlled chaos, but we love it.
And it's like everyone, I guess there's like with my kids, like if they're picky, I'm trying everything. I'm giving them chicken nuggets or eggs or french fries, whatever, just trying to get him to like eat like the small amount that he does. Okay, what's going on? Well, in a true uh, professional fashion, the camera battery died before the conversation was over. And I believe what Scott was saying was that they just break a whole bunch of eggs into the pan, and it's more than a dozen eggs to feed them. And super interesting. And he's such a nice guy. We ended that conversation by him being like super excited to talk to me today, with very like now almost. He's going live on his show in like 20 minutes. I'm gonna watch that, and then I go on. I call him at uh, God, what time? 4:15 my time, and then gonna film that too as like part of the outro, because it would be interesting maybe to see this from my, you know, the people that watch that, like to see what it's like being me, my POV on Scott. I think it'll be a fun outro. Um, so yeah, thank you again, Scott, for everything. Super stoked to talk to you and to watch your show, and then to watch me on your show, and then to watch me doing this, and then editing this in the future from the past. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be a cool memory for me. Um, and yeah, really looking forward to talking to you. So I'm going to get ready, watch your show, and let's get it.
away some of those impacts. Okay, we have a picture of you celebrating, like, this is where we were first introduced to you, Zane, was up here in
our neck of the woods.
In the northern part of the country, where you came, I think you came with your boyfriend, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. You came with your boyfriend. You've been everywhere. He's all over your Instagram as well.
This is so cool.
What's his name? Jacob Clay.
Jacob Clay, a shout out to him. You better be watching this because your girl.
He's watching us right now.
Oh, is that who? He's behind that.
Yeah.
Ah. Okay, it's all coming together now. It's all making sense. But you, Podium, like this is where I was like, who's this girl? I don't know her. Out of Oklahoma, where the Dirt Shred showing up at Windman, and you Podium right below Austin Silva. Here's your podium picture at Windman right there.
Austin or Mercedes?
Oh, Mercedes. Sorry, Mercedes. Thank you for correcting me.
So yeah, how cool is this? I'm watching this and I'm about to go on it. I'm gonna stay like right here because I gotta stay on Wi-Fi for them. But how cool is this?
Because I've never been to a race before. And Rachel Payne was
This
like,
girl's so cool.
I'm not going to race. You have to get in and you have to
Yeah.
race the pro division thing. And
Okay.
I remember. I have to.
So I wish I could keep watching this. I'm gonna watch it later. That's Gnarly Barbie. She's awesome. Okay. So yeah, now I'm going to call. I'm going to be right on time. They said to call at 4 o'clock. So I'm going to do that right now. Put this down. Set up.
So we got Max coming in. Max is a guy that's really trying to do something new in a space where he does a podcast version while riding his one wheel, which is very difficult to do because you have to focus on not just one, not three, but four things. You don't want to get hit by a car, can't run over lizards, and you got to be able to have a conversation with someone that's on the phone with you while making sure your batteries are all fresh and don't run out of said interview. So it's our honor and privilege yesterday to be on an episode with him where he pre-recorded it. It drops partway today and stuff. So Max reached out. He threatened my life, actually. He threatened me by saying,
no, I didn't.
if you don't get me on the show, I'm going to post this to my feed forever in eternity. And I was terrified. I was scared. And I had to have a lot of counseling meetings with my dog about the situation. And so, with all that said, we got Max in the house today, everybody.
Show, Max.
Max, how we doing?
Really good. Thank you for that. I'm going to record that and wake up to it every morning. It was beautiful. Thank you so much for that beautiful intro.
Now, I think Max is trying to record. You're trying to record this as well as we record. So it's like Inception kind of deal going on, right?
Yeah, is it no good though? Am I moving around too much? I can be stationary.
No, you're good.
Okay.
We're good. All right, Max. We got you for a limited amount of time. So you are doing a version of what people are watching right now.
Yes.
A couple times a week on YouTube and Instagram. So tell us, what are you, like, I try to set you up there, but what are you trying to do with these podcasts? But you keep calling them Shred. What are you?
I'm fighting. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm trying something different. Every episode is a new thing. Like, I'm fighting calling it an interview because I'm not like planning any questions necessarily. Kind of just doing like a conversation style. Like, kind of similar to what you're doing. I'm definitely doing a similar vibe to what you're doing right now. Do I still have you? Oh no, did I lose you?
And Max, if you're riding around your one wheel, we are losing that internet or signal, so you're breaking up a little bit.
I'm gonna get close to my router.
It's a little risky when we're bringing guests in. We bring guests in mid-show. We don't get to test the signal. So those that are watching or listening, we're sorry about that. Max,
so sorry.
You've only been doing this for a short amount of time, right? You started in the new year?
Yeah, I've been doing this for about 2 months now. And yeah, I've done like...
Oh, there you go.
Am I back in? Am I good reception now?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Okay,
Max.
awesome. I went closer to my router. Sorry about that. Sorry, everybody. Yes, I've been doing this. I've been trying to shoot like my rides now anytime I have time for the past I got this camera about 2 months ago, and I have like 60 videos or something up right now.
That's pretty cool. And you're shooting with an Insta360. You have a DJI mic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's impressive, man.
Love it.
Thank you. Yeah, it's what the pros do. I had a lot of trouble figuring out how to do the audio and everything, but apparently when I was talking to One Wheel the other day, this is what they do too. They just put a speaker next to a microphone and get the audio like that. Genius. I'm a genius.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. There's a whole bunch of ways to do one thing, and so if you find what works for you and you like it, there you go. You got it. Okay, so the next thing, you were recently on with One Wheel last week talking about their trade-in deal, right? Like,
Absolutely.
You're the guy that's in like three. Is it you traded?
I'm that guy.
Boards, is that correct?
Well, technically it was 3 boards. What happened was I had accumulated a bunch of GTs. I end up I break them faster than anybody that I know, but I have to keep riding. So what happens is,
Why is that?
I don't. So I ride really hard. I'm a bigger guy, and I shred really hard. I don't think I blame it on myself. It's not my fault. It's because these things happen. But I've had definitely the whole controller and motor and everything swapped out, sent out to Santa Cruz multiple times. And when that happens, I'm without a board for about 8 weeks, which is, in this sport, to keep riding, you have to have a backup board. You have to have multiple boards. So I took to Facebook Marketplace, and each time this happened, I would get a used board to keep riding. And then when the board came back from Future Motion, I would then sell one of them and have a reasonable amount of boards. But what happened was I broke 2 boards at the same time. So I had one out in Santa Cruz getting fixed, and then they came out with the GTS, and I had to have it.
Yeah.
So I had to have the GTS. Got that one.
Everyone did.
And then so I had those boards that were broken. One board was broken. One board got fixed by them, sent back to me, and then when they announced the trade-in program, I was like, okay, this pile of boards in the corner is finally going to turn into one more beautiful backup GTS.
Yeah.
And so I took to my local Facebook group and I asked, does anybody have an XR that they want to upgrade to a GT for cheap? Or do they have a broken GT and they want a working one? Because the trade-in program is, it just has to be an assembled board. It doesn't have to be working. The controller can be fried or there can be whatever issue. So what I did was I hooked up one dude that had an XR that wanted to trade up. So I traded him my working board. And then it was an XR plus $500. So then I had one broken board to send in to trade in, and then the XR. And then, so that's 2 GTs and 1 XR is what I said on their thing. So it counts, it's 2 GTs and 1 XR. And then I had another GT.
Hey, Max, you're a businessman. You got it figured out. Like,
I do.
When I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, I could trade in my boards. We have plenty of GTs around here, but I also have plenty of kids, so we don't trade in anything, and we just hand it off. And I was just thinking, oh yeah, you just take a board that I currently have, and you're like, let me make some deals with other people that have no idea this is going on, and I can upgrade to another GTS so I have 2 boards in case one breaks down or whatever it is. Genius businessman. You are a genius. I have not heard anybody else doing this. For everyone at home still watching, you can take advantage of the trade-in program. They have extended.
I recommend it.
It is extended for everyone.
I recommend that.
At home, you can do exactly what you just heard Max doing to get a GTS. So I don't know why you wouldn't do this. Genius. And Max, where can everybody subscribe to you? Again, if you enjoy content about one-wheel stuff and getting to meet pros and Joes and all those things, he's doing this in a different space, in a different vibe. And go subscribe to his YouTube channel. Go follow on Instagram. You're going to be pleasantly entertained.
So nice.
We were listening to some of them today. They're entertaining. He carries a good conversation. He asks great questions. He interviewed us, and that drops here. Some of it dropped yesterday. Some of it's dropping later. He asked us, what kind of car do we drive? What's our grocery bill? All kinds of stuff. So it was a pretty fun
I am curious on that, though. We should talk more. I want to,
I never answered it fully, did I? I probably didn't answer most of your questions. I just diverted to something else, right?
That's okay, because it leaves room for us to do it again. And you can, I'll come on your show whenever you want. You can come on mine. We can talk all the time. Holly and, yeah, we can all be friends. I would love to be friends with you.
Yes.
Lily and Holly.
Yeah,
and the whole Scott Mendenhall. Legend, shout out Legend editing this. Shout out Lily behind the scenes, messaging me, getting me ready. This is awesome. Thank you, everybody.
She does. And then Holly's over here. I know, again, you haven't got to say hi to him.
Oh, yeah. Did you talk to Holly about our deal?
Yeah. Everybody, you'll have to go see what the deal is. Max made a proposal for Holly's behalf. But I think we're sticking with what I said. You keep it. We'll let you know if we really, really need it. But Max, before we let you go, where can F-Buddy follow you so they get to subscribe?
I have a YouTube and I have an Instagram. But yeah, you can hit me up on anywhere and I'll talk to you. I'll be your friend. Get in my DMs. Chat me up.
Yeah, but what's your handle? What's the handles, bro?
The handles, bro. You're going to tag me in this video, right? Yeah, Legend. Legend will tag me in the description, right? But it's the Shred Diaries.
No, there you go.
Yeah. And MaxelRose919 on Instagram.
There you go. No, because remember, Max, this is all happening live. People are watching this currently, so the description is already wrote.
Oh, okay.
And so
cool.
We don't go edit anything. So, like, if somebody, that's the beautiful thing about live is you can get caught in some, like, oh, no, I wish I would have said that. Or
it's easier.
You get to put...
Easier to edit. You don't have to edit stuff out.
Right. So you got to know what you're going to do really quick. But, Max, we thank you for moving around on the schedule today to come in at 3.
Yes.
We've got our next guest lined up. Thank you for having me on your... I know you're not calling it a show, but your Shred Diaries.
It's a show.
Memoir? I don't know.
My memoir. Yeah.
You know, maybe Red Bull will sponsor you. If your last drink wouldn't sponsor you, maybe you should just move on to like... Oh. Who?
Yerbies?
He says he calls them Yerbies.
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 And I love the way you say ambassador.
Well, no, that's like the program. Ambassador is what it's... I wasn't joking. Yeah, that's how they do it.
Oh, it's real.
Yeah, that wasn't a joke.
We're just...
Yeah.
Hey, at least you know we're watching.
Dude, thank you guys so much for watching. I love it, dude. Yeah, and if you want to see what this looks like from your guest's POV, then yeah, I'm going to publish this tomorrow or something. Whenever I have time to edit when the kids go to sleep.
People watching from that end will have no idea that you guys have such a little screen that you watch this on. Like what you are seeing from a tiny little phone is very different than what you would see from your iPad or any of those.
No, this is an amazing experience as a guest. I love this. Is better than I could have ever imagined. Like watching the show, you guys look great. I love the denim. Love the intros. Being here has been so. This has been so much fun. This has been the best podcast I've ever been on. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Max. You're a good human being. I hope your children are still asleep, and we'll catch up with you later, okay, Max?
All right, dude. We'll talk later. All right.
Okay.
Love you guys.
All right, everybody. That is Max. Go give him a follow on all of those different channels that he has been sharing and talk about.
Oh, that was awesome. Oh, that was so cool. I think that went really well, right? They didn't want me to put them on the spot about the pint, and I went out of service for a second. Woo. But then I got back in service and they liked it. And they want to be my friend now, I could tell. That was so fun. Man, I want to do that every day. Scott, you're watching, right? Let's do this more. Let's keep doing this. Legend, do you want to edit a special episode for me where you guys ride together as a family, and then someone's holding like an iPad FaceTime with me, and I'm riding, and then we all like, hang out and have share a meal, and God, how cool would that be? And I recorded it right. I don't think I messed up the audio, and yeah, how cool is that? Check out this pint. Holly, this could be you. You could be me on this pint right now, ripping with your whole family for the price of friendship. So that's hardly anything, right? You can be my friend. How cool is that? And yeah, I feel great. I feel super stoked. I'm a little nervous because I don't have my wrist guards on. You know, they're talking about safety. Ooh, on the episode. Oh, yeah. Whoa. All right. I feel like I want to watch the rest of the episode. I want to see it. It's so cool. I want to watch my part. Can't wait for it to be over. And I want to edit. I can't wait to edit this. That's going to be so cool. And we didn't even talk about the trade, and I didn't even get to say the thing I was going to say about it. But I love it. Man. Going live is fun. Scot Mendenhall is fun. Yeah, go check his thing out. Be nice to him online. Be nice to me online. Shout out Holly. Shout out his whole family. What a badass thing to do. Have a family, shreds together. Families that shreds together stays together. I'm sure they're going to be all old and shredding into the sunset. And I am so here for it. I'm here for everything Scot, everything Mendenhall. And like he said yesterday, if I win my race, he wants winners. What better winner to have on your team? You don't have any Clydesdales yet, right? You guys are a little small. You guys are lacking like a couple 100 pounds. Got you right here, bro. So, super stoked. Super stoked on this cool car and the flames. It's distracting me from ending this. But right now I'm gonna overpower the pint. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. That was so fun. I can't wait to do it again. So, love y'all.